Okay. Hello, guys. Good morning. Now, I'd like to look into a few pairs, and of course, I've given out some trades this morning, but I wanted us to look at the analysis behind the trades I gave out this morning. All right. So this is Euro GBP. Euro GBP has been buying a lot for a couple of days now. I think from last part of last week has been buying a whole lot, right? Bought a whole lot. This zone is a very strong zone on the daily chart. Actually, very strong zone on the daily chart. Let's go there and see that. Okay, so you will see that this is the daily chart. Actually, this is the daily chart. It went all the way up here and then reversed from that zone, which is a structure. That zone actually is a structure from the daily. Look at the structure here, guys. This is the structure. So it reversed on that daily. So, but what I'm expecting to see today, what I'm expecting to see is actually a retest of this zone, retest of this zone. So I'm looking at a trade here for a buy. Okay, we've already sent that out. Straight here for a buy. Okay, this is actually a retest of structure. That's what I see here, a retest of structure. Right? So this, it broke the structure first, came up to this other structure and is retesting this structure for a buy, right? So that's what I'm expecting to see there, a buy there, right? So that's what this is. And this Euro GBP trade is about, right? So let's check out a couple more trades. Let's check out USD JPY. Yesterday, there was a huge drop on the USD, on the dollar index, on the DXY. The DXY made a huge drop yesterday, all right? So, and that affected all the USD pairs. Okay, USD pairs were really battered yesterday. Okay, so this is USD JPY. Initially, USD JPY did not drop, all right? So it pulled up before it eventually gave us a drop. So this drop was a very huge one. So let's see what happens now. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. Okay, let's see where we might be looking for an entry, because from what we are seeing, we're definitely going to be looking for a sell. Okay, we're going to be looking for a sell. So what are we expecting to see? Now, when we look at this structure, right, we will see the price moved like this. We'll see the price moved like this and then came up like this, right? Okay, price did this, and then it went all the way up, all the way up. Okay, so we can also still see that there's there's a structure formed here. You can see a structure formed here. Okay, so this structure, like we said, structure, once it went up, came down and made another high, it gave us a structure there. So that's what the structure. And what we can see, guys, is that this structure was broken. Look at this huge impulse candle, guys. This is what's called an impulse candle. An impulse candle, a huge impulse candle broke through the structure. So what we are expecting, guys, is this. We're expecting to see price retest this structure and drop back. And that's the trade we've already given. Okay, that's the trade we're already given there. And we're expecting to see price retest this structure and fall back. And then that's also going to be giving us something like a head and shoulder pattern on the 1 hour chart here, right? So these structures, these patterns that you guys have heard about, some of you have heard of these structures and all that, all these patterns, head and shoulder, W pattern, M pattern, all those patterns are formed by structures in the market, guys. So if you understand structure, you will understand, you will easily see with your eyes the structure. Once the structure forms, you can easily see it, all right? So that's what we're expecting to see. This is what I'm expecting to see on USD JPY. Okay, so let's see what other pairs we'll be looking at. Let's see what other pairs are available there. Okay. Okay, so this really, from the drop of the USD yesterday, all these pairs were affected. This is NZD USD right now. This is NZD USD right now. Okay, this was a very good buy. Okay, but our goal was to the plan was for us to allow price retest this zone for a second time, but the move was so, the strength of the buy was so much it didn't retest. So that was why we were not able to enter this trade at this point at the bottom here. So what would have been looking for is something like this. You see price come back here, it gives us a very good structure, and then it retests it before going up. But here it didn't come back, didn't retest before going up. All right, so what we're expecting to see here too is for price to get to this zone. Okay, once this happens, this is actually a previous structure. This is actually a previous structure that was broken but was not retested by price. So we're expecting to see price do something like this. We're expecting to see price do something like this to this zone and actually drop off from this zone. At least give us our take profit. All right, so, and if you notice, guys, that's also another structure that says a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. So, guys, if you understand structure, you will understand how the several formations are done in market. So there's no special thing about those formations. It's just structure. It's just market structure, right? So when you understand market structure, then you of course understand how the structures, all of those patterns form in the market. So this is what we're expecting to see in USDC and in NZD USD, and that is likely to happen today. All right, so let's check out CardChef. Okay, so CardChef, the CardChef we had set yesterday actually played out properly, but we had to delete this trade because we're expecting a news from a Canadian news. All right, so when we saw that, we said, oh, we're not so sure what's going to happen, so let's just delete this trade. But played out excellent. All right, so we're looking to see a retest of this zone this morning right now, but price doesn't seem to be getting. Of course, this is a zone, this is the entire zone, but price didn't get to our entry yet. All right, so I think I hope we haven't missed this trade. Right, this was the trade we said this trade earlier, but price did not get to the entry price that we set. Okay. Right, so this we traded this 2 days ago. We would have traded it yesterday had we not deleted this trade, and then so we're also looking to trade that today. But let's see how that plays out. All right, so what other pairs am I going to be looking at? Okay, USD CHF. Let's see USD CHF. USD CHF is still on this sell trend. Okay, no big deal there. Let's see the USD CAD. Okay, USD CAD is on a huge sell trend. This range on USD USD CAD has been for like since last week. I've been looking at this sell, but that's just been ranging. Eventually, we got this strong sell signal yesterday. This strong impulse candle broke it. All right, so a good point of retest would be here. Now, of course, we are not seeing that yet, but a good point of retest will be here. This is the structure that was broken. All right, so we're expecting to see a retest of that structure and price drops off like this. All right, so that's what we'll be looking at. I think we're setting that. We haven't set this trade already, but this is the kind of retest I'll be personally looking at. But it depends on what it does now. It depends on what it does now. All right, so those are the things I'm looking at there. Any other? Okay, I think there is something on EuroChef I saw earlier. EuroChef. Okay, EuroChef here seems like it's reversing from this zone. All right, so but we're still going to see, we still need to see a pattern, a reversal, a convincing reversal pattern there. All right, a convincing candle pattern. Let's check the 3-hour candle, the 3-hour time frame. We still need to see a convincing pattern here, right? So far, we're not seeing any convincing pattern yet, but let's look at what happens in the next 1 to 2 hours, the next 2 hours or so. Let's see if we see a convincing candle pattern here that tells us that a reversal has happened. All right, then we'll be looking for a buy. Okay, this gave us a very strong sell yesterday. All right, so we'll be looking for a buy here. Should we see a very convincing reversal pattern? Okay, and then engulfing candle, the shootings, the hammer, stuff like that. That's what we'll be looking for here in order to make a buy. All right, so that's what we're looking. Once we see that, then we'll be taking a buy to somewhere up probably here, right? Because there's a structure here. I can see a structure here. I haven't drawn it yet, but I can see a structure here already. So we might see price buy all the way to this point and then drop off from there again, right? So this is the kind of thing I'm looking at, guys. So I'll be doing a lot more updates concerning this, and but that's it for this morning. Have a nice day, guys. See you later.